Hi. Yo, what's up? Today's a special day, of course, because today is the day that I actually show you guys what's in my camera bag. So the first thing I want to introduce you guys to is this battery carrying case. This is from a company called Shutterbands, and it's just a real cool and convenient way to carry your batteries. I like to pull everything out of my pocket on the fly, and it's nice to know that they're in a nice little case whenever I need them. Now, this is 4 batteries. This case only holds 3, plus 1 in the camera, that makes 4. But with all the videography that I do, 1 battery really gets me through 1 day's shoot. So 4 batteries in total, plus 1 in the camera. I may get through 2. My memory cards are housed up here, so it's just a real cool and convenient way to consolidate and just make sure that you have everything and you know exactly where it is. So we're gonna put this off to the side and we're gonna fly through the rest of this. On this side is my camera cleaning supplies. I've never used these, but it's just nice to know that I have them in case if I'm out in the field one day, I get some dirt on my lens, and you know, I have a nice little brush right here if I need to brush off one of the lenses, and it's just cool to have. I mean, you just never know what's going to happen. If you need to clean your sensor, this shoots out water. You can use this to clean your sensor. You have Q-tips in here as well, and you have some cleaning solution in here. So again, just, you know, very cool to have, just knowing that you have it. There's also a soft cloth in there in case you need to wipe something down, and you know, it's just something to have in case you get your, you know, your camera dirty or one of your lenses dirty. It's all about having the best picture possible, so you can never go wrong if you have cleaning supplies. You never know where you're going to need them, you know what I mean? So let's open this bad boy up. Again, this is the bag by Neewer. This is a soft top. We're gonna open this up and we're gonna go through everything in here. This is the stuff that I use. It's always best to carry light. I travel light, so I always just keep the essentials in here. Once you guys open this up, you'll see I have my telephoto 55 to 210 lens. I rarely use this, maybe 10% if I want to do some bird watching photography or anything like that. Maybe sports events, if you know, if I'm up in the bleachers and I want to capture something. That's a good lens to use. My 50mm f1.8 lens. This is probably my favorite lens. This lens ran me about $400. Could be cheaper now. When I first bought it, it was $400, but I believe on Amazon it's $300 now. Love this lens. I probably use this lens 80% of the time. It gets that really good, nice background blur, and some of the times I put a neutral density filter on here on sunny days, and it really gets me that cinematic look that I be looking for. So I use this 80% of the time, and the other 20% of the time I have my 35mm lens, which is the lens that I'm filming this video on right now. That actually has an f-stop of 1.7. The f-stop is the background blur. So if you want a lens with good background blur, you like the background blurred but your subject is sharp, get a lens with a low f-stop number. I got some caps on here, some filter caps. This kind of blocks out the sun, and I always shoot with one of these on because it like kind of protects your camera too. You kind of just twist it on like that, and that's how it'll look. It helps you cut sun glare in half. It's supposed to. I never had any real issues with sun glare, but it's always nice to have. These are my tools because I use a camera jib. The camera jib is what the camera is on right now. That's how I'm getting this kind of overhead down view. The camera jib I keep in the trunk of my car. Again, that's something that you never know you're going to use, but I do utilize it a lot. This is actually for this is another pouch right here for my lavalier mic. This is a Sony pouch. I keep a lavalier mic. That's how I get the audio that I'm using. I have a Joby Gorilla tripod. This grips on everything and anything. I seldomly use it. I just keep it in a bag just in case. You never know when you want to whip it out and kind of have some of that good, you know, you want to attach it to something or whatever. But I keep this in here. All of the compartments in here are held down by these like kind of Velcro thing, so you can kind of customize this bag how you want it as far as the compartments are concerned, but I keep those right there. It might sound like I'm geeking out a little bit. Like, I love camera gear. Like, if I could buy camera gear all the time, that's what I would always buy. In here You have some storage up here. I have my DJI propeller blade, some extra ones just in case. I have another Sony eyepiece, viewing eyepiece in case I need to, you know, view something on the go. And I also have the visor for the field monitor that I use, my camera assist. I use a Lilliput camera assist. It's 4K, gets me great resolution, and yeah, I love that thing. I also have in here the Sony, this is, I believe, yeah, this is the 16 to 50 millimeter lens. This is my vlogging lens. This is a 3.5, so you're not going to get a lot of shallow depth of field with this lens, but this is a good lens to have if you're vlogging because, you know, it's 16 millimeter. So for some of you that don't know, like the smaller, like the number, like let's say it was 12 is like wide view. The lowest I seen was 10 millimeter, but 16 is pretty good. You can kind of hold the camera out to here and still get good vlogging angles if you want to hold the camera yourself. So that's everything that's in this bag. So I'm going to show you guys a few other honorable mentions that I do carry with me that are essential to my setup, and I'm going to take those out right now. So let me put this to the side, and I'm going to introduce to you guys so this is my stabilizer. Neewer makes one. A bunch of companies make one. I got this. This is from a company called Pulos in Pulos. I don't know how to pronounce it. Excuse the pronunciation. But this ran me about $80 off of Amazon, and this is probably one of the best investments that I've ever made. It's weighted down here. It has counterweights. That way, when you're ready to balance your camera, you put the camera, you attach the camera to this plate right here, this kind of cheese plate right here, and then you move it. I'll show you guys briefly. You move it forward and backwards. This is another level right here. You can move the camera side to side, and you just want to stabilize it. And once you stabilize it, you hold it by this handle, and you kind of just hold it out, and you try to get the best footage that you possibly can. My footage comes out smooth every single time I use this thing. I love this thing right here. So we're gonna put this to the side. The next thing that I'm gonna whip out that's essential to my bag is this glider right here. This is from a company called Terion. This glider probably ran me about $120, and that's probably a little, I wouldn't say it's excessive. This is actually a really, really good glider. This is so you put your camera on here, and whenever you want to display something, or you have something that you want to be like the center of attention, you put your camera right here, and you kind of move back and forth really slowly, and you like just let it glide, and it's so smooth. It's so silky smooth. And while I wish I could put the camera on here and I wasn't recording, but while you're pushing this, the camera actually rotates like across like an axis. That way this, or whatever your subject is always in the center, and it just gives you those smooth motions. And it's just, man, I love this thing. So this is probably one of my better investments as well. You can tighten it right here so it won't move, and I keep it right there. That's when you want to get those smooth push shots. Like, again, if I loosen this, and if I'm doing, like, you know, a film, and I want to get like those smooth push shots, I can push the camera in. This is a really good thing to have. I should start linking this stuff in the description below. If you guys are interested in this, let me know. DM me, comment in the comments below if you're interested in any of these. I'll try to get the links for you guys, but you have the names from a company called Terion. Probably $120, I think this ran me. And this is actually a part of my camera bag. It's not in my camera bag, but I use it an awful lot, so it stays in the trunk of my car. The next thing I'm going to pull out, and probably the most important, is my DJI Spark. DJI Spark. DJI as a company has been making great products, great drones for a long time. You might know the DJI Ronin, or you know, the Ronin S and the Ronin SC, and all these different stabilizers that they're coming out with. But the Spark is actually one of my favorite drones because it's so fast to get in the air. You kind of just take it out, put the battery in, and you get it. You can just get it going like almost instantly. I love this drone for that reason. With this drone, I also have 3 batteries that I go through very fast. Battery life with drones in general, you just don't get a lot of battery life with them. So it's always good to have more than just one. I think one battery might get you 15 to 17 minutes tops on some other models, but I've timed this and I might get about 15 minutes. So I have 3 batteries, and so that's about what, 45 minutes. Has a controller. This carrying case I bought aftermarket off of Amazon as well. This is another compartment that you can use to store stuff in. This is a hard case, so this is actually a really good case. This probably ran me about 50 bucks. I think that it's worth it because I'm always traveling with this thing and sometimes dropping it. But this drone is just like so sturdy. You know what I mean? It's such a great drone, and it fits, you know, right in here. It fits in here like a glove. It's, you know, this case was specifically made for this drone, so. Great drone, no complaints. The only down part is that it shoots at 1080p at 30 frames per second, which is fine because I upscale to 4K anyway, so it still looks good regardless. So I'm gonna put that off to the side. The last thing I'm gonna share with you guys is this is actually really important. A lot of people overlook lighting, but I have 2 of these lights. One I'm using right now, so you guys can't see it off of camera. But the other one, they come in this convenient case. I bought 2 of them. They ran me about $220, I want to say. So not really expensive, but it's expensive. They both come in this convenient carrying case, like I said. You open it up, and you have your lighting right here. And what's cool about these lights is they actually came with a plug. I think I have it plugged up back there, but they come with batteries as well. So you can get battery operated lighting, and I'll show you guys for a second. Little switch back there, you can turn it on, and you get, and you're able to switch between the yellow light. This is the yellow light, and you can turn that off, and this is the white light. So I think that that's really, really cool. I think that it's always important to be able to control your lighting depending on which environment you're in. And that's very, very important. Lighting is very important when you're shooting your videos, as well as visual, as well as audio. So guys, that's going to wrap it up. If I didn't mention my tripod, I use a tripod as well. I think that goes without saying. You should always have a tripod. A lot of the stuff I keep in the trunk of my car, but when it's kind of just run and go stuff, I always have my backpack with me. And that's everything that I have in my camera bag. I just showed you guys, gave you guys kind of a brief overview. If you need any kind of detail in any kind of equipment that I showed today, please send me a message, DM me. I'll be more than happy to go over that stuff with you guys. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Please subscribe if you already haven't, just to support the channel and you know, just help the community grow, because there's a lot of people out there that are curious. I'm always learning, you're always learning, we're learning together. It just makes the world an easier place. So thank you for watching, and until next time, see you in the next video.